can rewind. Even after I just flipped my car. I could go back almost as far as I want to. I don't even have to be good at this game. All I have to do is just keep playing until I don't mess up. Just keep rewinding. They make it so anybody can play this game. Normally, when people bring up the name of Madden, they're not talking about this guy or this game. They're usually talking about what you can find on today's shelf, such as Madden 25 or Madden 15. One of my questions was always, why was John Madden removed from the cover of his own game? And I'll answer that today in my new video, Madden Birth of Casual Gamers, where I'm going to be discussing where, in my opinion, where I believe Madden went wrong and where they began to cater a little more towards the casual gamer than your so-called sim gamer. Get ready. First and foremost, there's nothing wrong with being a casual gamer. There's nothing wrong with liking the game of Madden. There's nothing wrong with having fun with the game of Madden. And I do apologize because there have been past times where I have scolded people for simply having fun with the game of Madden, and I definitely won't do that again. But with that being said, shortly before I came back into the community on that long break I had, I joined a Madden 15 online league, the Sim Standard Radio online league. And, I never got a chance to really thank Azure properly because I have seen my differences with the Sim Standard, but they allowed me to join this league and participate with, a lot of different people, a lot of football-minded people. And I have to say that I definitely enjoyed it. I played guys like Smitty, Azure, Sim F-Ball, NY Kid. And every last one of those guys had me on my toes during the game. Everybody played legit for the most part. And I played 2 seasons. We used sliders and certain rules to make it as realistic as possible. Of course, the game still has its issues, but we had fun with the game. I played about 2 seasons in until eventually I lost interest on account of how the game would play out. But you wonder why can't these newer titles hold your interest like these older titles of Madden, like 2005, 2006. I would play about 10, 11, 12 seasons in to the point where you couldn't even recognize anybody's name on the field anymore. But what is it? What is it about these newer generation titles that that disgust people? Why are commentators going back to play like Virtual Football, or going back to play Madden 2010, or Dollar Jr. Going back to play Madden 08? You got people going back playing Backbreaker and NFL 2K5. To me, this is where it all started.
Let's say we're in the middle of a play and I throw an interception and you run it back for a touchdown. Awesome, oh yeah, this is a user-controlled celebration, you're having a great time. I hit a button, it will rewind that play. So I get a mulligan on the play, in the sense. So you have to do it over again. So it depends what side of the rewind you're on.
And you can pick up to unlimited, 5, 3, or 1, or no replay. So it's a totally customizable option because a lot of guys out there are worried about that stuff.
Next thing you know, people are throwing things, it's bad. But the cool thing is if you play with 1, it adds a whole new strategic element to the game because in your back of your head, you're like, oh, I know she has a rewind.
Now, when he utilized the word strategic for a feature like this, it had me a little stunned. Now, I understand that the feature is optional, but all in all, do you honestly think something crazy like a rewind should be optional in a football game, I believe this is what opened the door to all gamers, casual sim, because this was the beginning of them making a lot more money. By this time, they had already got rid of their toughest competition, Joe Montana, Game Day, NFL 2K football. Thus, brought along their moneymaker. In Madden 10, they incorporated Madden Ultimate Team. And as me and you know, this feature makes tons of money. This is pretty much what they make most of their money off nowadays. And as we know, people spend hundreds, even thousands, just dealing with this feature. You can say it's sort of like their Madden cards. I mean, obviously we didn't make any money off the Madden cards, but this right here is their bread and butter. Have you ever had a friend that would go home and pop the game of Madden in, create a player or create players, or create himself for that matter, take their attributes, put them all at 99, completely max his player out, and then try to play you or play the AI and see how much he can run up the score regardless if it was in an unrealistic fashion or not. And then on top of that, brag on the skills he has with this overpowered player or players on his team while he just destroys you. That's how Madden Ultimate Team sort of is. Except now you pay money for these players. A lot of times the successful players are the ones who go online and pay this money. And you know, if you're not paying money, you're stuck with a lot of garbage or mediocre players. This is a casual player's dream if you pay this money. And that's why they're so successful, because people want to demolish you online with Calvin Johnson catching the ball, Barry Sanders running the ball, you know, Joe Namath throwing the ball for you. People want it all. They want their teams maxed out while they destroy you and then laugh, regardless of it's in an unrealistic fashion or not. Oh, but we're not done yet.
It's the play. With GameFlow, you no longer have to spend your time navigating through hundreds of plays. Instead, your coach calls the plays for you and puts you right back on the field.
Now you're taking a big part of the thinking aspect out of the game. It's no longer a chess match. It's someone making the moves for you. And I guess on top of that, it shortened the game from 45-minute gameplay to 30, 25-minute gameplay. But I don't see how this screams sim at all. Half the time, GameFlow didn't work. It'd be 3rd and 11 and tell you run straight up the middle. If you ask me, it's just another way to ask Madden. And don't get me started on this mess.
Today I'm going to go over how to pull off a surprise onside kick in Madden 12. Now a lot of people see this happen, they don't really know why it's going on or what it is, they just assume it's some sort of glitch. But really, this year they designed it into the game based on a couple years ago you might have seen the New Orleans Saints pull this off in the Super Bowl. And so the developers of Madden decided to put it in this year, and it's a great addition.
Now EA has this thing of adding rare occurrences that happen in real life into a football game. And instead of you seeing it once in a blue moon, you see it several times a game, such as the Tyree catch or these surprise onside kicks. Man, I remember when I played this game online, everybody was doing this 2 or 3 times a game just to get the ball back. It was ridiculous. So why were these features added?
One, it adds a whole new strategic element to the game.
Hell no. And also, why is this guy not on the cover? It's simple. It's all about the money. I mean, the cover vote by itself is enough to pull the casual gamers in. So hopefully competition comes into play and it sparks a fire in the EA. And, you know, we see some great changes. But, you know, as long as EA is showing commercials starring Kevin Hart, promoting Madden Ultimate Team and making money, you know, unless I'm proven wrong, I don't think we're going to see too many changes, too many dramatic changes. I think we're going to see a lot of the same legacy issues in the game to come. So, I talked about some of the features that brought a lot of the casual gamers around. Tell me what you think, man. Do you think that casual gamers run the game of Madden? Do you think they run football gaming right now? I definitely want to know your thoughts about this, man. I'm hoping and praying for competition. I got my resolve. What's yours?